This specific gentleman is dealing with some things that I think a lot of us don't realize that we deal with on an ongoing basis. Recognizing that anxiety can be used as a tool. And if you are open to recognizing some of the levels of anxiety you're experiencing and what stops you, you might be finding a story in there that blocks you from living a life of joy. So Josh wrote, what is the difference between anxiety and depression, and why are they often diagnosed together? I have been having trouble leaving the house and feeling lost and stuck. What would you suggest I try to do to help me get over this? I think it's a great question. Quite often, they do go hand in hand. Let's talk about this specifically. Anxiety is fear of the future most often. Sometimes there is anxiety that you hit that pops in really fast, and that is an intensity over an experience. But the anxiety that I think you're really dealing with is more of a dwelling or a kind of a constant stuck process in the mind that's blocking you from going out and doing something. If you kind of track back what's going on with your experience around this sensation of not being able to leave the home, you can kind of discover what's really going on behind that. Now, depression, which is usually because you're feeling anxious, or you may feel stuck. Depression is a lack of expression. You may be feeling like nobody hears you or understands you, or you feel like you can't get out and get into motion. So a lot of the times the way I look at depression is more of a dwelling state, a belief of restriction, and you feel hunkered down in this and very invested in this stuck pattern. So say you're dealing with, since you're specifically talking about not being able to leave the home and you feel very stuck in that and feel very disconnected from life, the most important thing for you to do is obviously to work through that anxiety. If you can figure out exactly where the anxiety came from, what the story you're caring about leaving the house, is it something bad's going to happen when you walk out the door and it's going to put you into harm's way? Is there some belief system that's showing up? Or is it something that actually happened and you're fearful it's going to happen again? So once you realize what the two patterns are, what exactly is the expression that's coming out, you can start to kind of get some skills and some tools to help you navigate that differently. Most often with anxiety, going out and putting yourself out there again and again, doing something that's uncomfortable will start to help lower the intensity around your anxiety. It's kind of like what you hear about with public speakers. The more you go up and practice, the better you get, the more confident you feel. So it's kind of similar to that experience. The more you put yourself out there, you walk outside and you experience things in a different way, the confidence will come. Now, if there's something more going on there, I would really suggest getting some support around that. You're welcome to, of course, reach out to me again and we can set up some more exploratory conversation around that, or get a chance to get support with someone who can actually listen to you from a neutral perspective and gift you an opportunity for you to share what's going on. A lot of the times we can lean on support systems that may have judgments and will make us more intensely stuck and feel more disconnected because we have now a judgment that adds on to it. So if you're dealing with a little bit of a low self-esteem because you have a story of lack going on, it can kind of keep the momentum of that cycle going, and it will validate these stories and these belief systems that are going on for you. A couple of anxiety tips that I'd love to leave all of you guys with is really recognizing that anxiety can be used as a tool. And if you are open to recognizing some of the levels of anxiety you're experiencing and what stops you, you might be finding a story in there that blocks you from living a life of joy. The other thing is that life's a playground and it's supposed to get messy. So being open to having feedback in your life is the messy part. Allowing tidbits and knowledge to come to you versus this judgment, oh, that's bad, this is, like I always say, right, wrong, good, or bad is not necessarily what we should be looking at, whether that experience serves you or not. So if you're having a negative experience happen in your life, it just might be that really cool opportunity for you to shift something by not being in the attachment of right, wrong, good, and bad, but recognizing, did this experience teach me something and did it serve me? Was there a gain for everyone in the experience, or was it painful for everyone? And if it was painful, what could have been different about that experience that could have made it more beneficial? So I always think that life has really cool tools and opportunities for us to kind of shift through some of these really uncomfortable spaces that I think we just get stuck in the belief system that if it's bad, we should run, or we should, hide and play small or do something different, run from the experience. And I want to really give you this opportunity to look at that and say, has running really served me? Or has avoiding that behavior really, created more resistance in my life and became a big mountain versus a molehill? Or is it an opportunity for you to maybe try something and unwind a belief system that started from when you were a child that blocked you from having a life of joy? And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.